Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. You know, the weather is quite hot outside, as many of you know. How's everyone doing?
All good.
All good? Alhamdulillah. Okay, Alwan Gabel. Okay. I, President Gavilier Jaban Mahmoud, bring today's meeting to order. To begin, Honorable VPE, please rise. Can I adopt the agenda as it is?
Yes, we can adopt the agenda today. Thank you.
Okay, great. So, to start, I'd like to introduce our timer for today. Please rise. Give a round of applause. Alright, that's enough. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Anya Tariq. I am 9 years old and I'm from Pakistan, and my favorite color is purple. I am the timer of today's meeting, and it's my duty to keep track of time of everybody. In minutes, the green signal will be displayed, and at 6 minutes
And 5 minutes.
At 5 minutes, the green signal will be displayed, and at 6 minutes, the red signal.
Okay. Let me explain it. Our timing criteria for the speakers, 4 to 6 minutes. On 4 minutes, green light will be on. On 5 minutes, amber light will be on.
And 6 minutes, red signal.
6 minutes, red signal. And the red signal will continue to
Be displayed until the speech is concluded.
speech is concluded. Okay, important thing is, even though the speaker takes a long time, we don't have the right to interfere except turning on the red light. Yes, there is no point of order. You just have to say, hey, what are you doing? Yes, yes,
Do we stop if the red light's on?
no. But you will be disqualified if you don't conclude your speech within 30 seconds. So red light means be cautious, within next 10 seconds conclude, right? But the timer will not disturb you. You should understand that your red light is on. Yes. Done? And what about the evaluators?
The evaluators have time from 2 to 3 minutes with grace time of 30 seconds. Speakers who speak less than 2 minutes and more than 3.5 minutes will be disqualified. At 2 minutes, the green signal will be displayed, and at 2.5 minutes, the amber signal, and at 3 minutes, the red signal. And that will remain displayed until the speech is concluded. In case of failure of time device, hand signals or handheld cards will be used. Speakers and evaluators, I wish you best of luck. Back to Mr. President.
Honorable VPE, could you please mention the officer reports and any apologies that have been made?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. We have no official office reports this week, and for this week we have nothing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gaviliers, it is with great pleasure that I stand before you today. Our club has always been a beacon of motivation, self-improvement, and mutual support. Today, I want to talk about achieving our daily goals, prioritizing them, and avoiding procrastination. I know for a fact that each and every one of you has had an issue with this in the past, present, or will in the future. Now, we live in a fast-paced world. Okay, we have 24 hours in a day, but this time it just seems to escape from our hands like fine sand. Our daily goals, however big they are, they shape our future and our journey towards the future and our professional fulfillment. But procrastination, right, is a challenge we all encounter. It's that silent thief that steals all our precious time and hinders our progress. Now, how can we combat this, right? To combat this, we need to understand that clarity is key. When we have clear, specific goals, for example, today I'm going to read 6 pages of a book today. It becomes easier to focus on our efforts. Instead of being vague with our goals, instead of being vague, when you're more specific, you seem to focus on it more. Now let's talk about planning. A well thought out plan is your roadmap to success. Start each day with a to-do list and prioritize your tasks. When you don't give your tasks any priority, you can't expect to get them finished, you know? So, again, time management is very crucial. Without time management, you cannot finish your tasks. If you can, I'm surprised if you can. We all have the same 24 hours, but how we use them makes all the difference. Break your day into manageable chunks and use techniques like the Pomodoro technique to stay focused. I'm pretty sure many of you know what the Pomodoro technique is. You work for 30 minutes and then you take a 10-minute break. So you have to understand that distractions are everywhere. Okay, your friend's gonna message you on Instagram. Your friend's gonna send you a few TikToks. Okay, he's gonna call you at 2 a.m. at night or whatever. You know, it happens. Distractions are everywhere, so you want to create a distraction-free environment. Turn on Do Not Disturb, put your phone on silent, turn off non-essential notifications, and set specific time to check your messages and your inbox if you do check your emails. Which I don't think many of these people over here, except for the parents and everything, they check their emails. We don't check our emails. I don't know why I put this in the script. Self-discipline is the ability to push ourselves to take action regardless of how we feel. Cultivate habits that support your goals. For example, you can build on your goals. Instead of saying, I'm going to read 6 pages today, let me start today by reading 2 pages. If you're religious, start with 2 pages of Quran, build on 4, and then build on 6, onwards. When you progress slowly, you get more consistent, because consistency is key. Accountability is also vital. Share your goals with someone you trust. This could be your sibling. If you guys have good relationships with your siblings, which, as I've seen, many of you don't. Yeah, she's nodding. Okay. You hate her? Okay. Great. Don't worry. I hated my sister too. Share your goals with someone you trust. Lastly, celebrate your victories. Okay. Don't belittle them. No matter how small it is. It could be as simple as going on a brisk walk. Celebrate it. Now, don't celebrate by eating something that's going to defeat your progress. Don't be like, oh, I had a 10-minute walk today and let me just go eat like a whole meal from fast food, just mess. Acknowledging our achievements boosts our morale and motivates us to keep going. When you acknowledge what's happening, you're like, okay, I did this. I'm proud of myself. When you're proud of yourself, it motivates you to keep going. Trust me, I've had the same problem. In conclusion, achieving our daily goals and avoiding procrastination requires clarity, planning, time management, minimizing distractions, self-discipline, accountability, and celebrating successes. Let us commit to making each day count, striving for excellence, and turning our goals into accomplishments. Thank you. Let's make today and every day a step closer to our dreams. Thank you very much. Now my time here is finished. So please allow me to introduce our coherent, silver tongue, fueled with passion, Gavalier Muhammad Mudassir. Please give a thunderous round of applause. Over to you. Keep going. He's not here yet. Next sheet. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, Honorable Mr. President, for this wonderful introduction.
Speech objectives are the same. So the next evaluator, which evaluator? You are the evaluator. So what I will do, you have your mobile, right? So what I will do, I will give you the speech objectives. And these speech objectives, I shared in the group already. You must have seen it. So read.
Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Prepare well, practice promptly, perform enthusiastically. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdurrahman, evaluator. Please put your hands together for Cavalier Taha Abdullah with the speech titled History of Zaytun. Welcome, Cavalier Taha Abdullah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm to share with you a remarkable story of struggle, determination and triumph. It is a story about a protagonist who faced countless obstacles but he never gave up, driven by an unwavering belief in themselves and the support of those who saw their potentials. Imagine a young boy born in the modest neighborhood where dreams often seem out of reach. This boy, let's call him Zlatan, he grew up with a passion for football that burned brighter than anything else. From a young age, he kicked the ball around barefoot on dusty streets, imagining himself playing on the world's grandest stages. But Zlatan's journey was far from easy. He faced skepticism from peers who doubted his abilities and laughed at his dreams. His family, struggling to make ends meet, could hardly support his ambitions financially. Yet Zlatan persisted. With each setback, he grew stronger, more determined to prove himself. What made the crucial difference in Zlatan's story? It was the unwavering support of a few key individuals, his protagonists in this tale. They were his coaches, who saw raw talent in him and nurtured it, pushing him to train harder and smarter. They were his teammates who believed in his skills and stood by him through thick and thin. They were his mentors who provided guidance and wisdom, showing him the path forward even when it seemed obscured by doubt. These supporters became Zlatan's pillars of strength. They lifted him up when he stumbled, encouraged him when he faltered, and celebrated with him when he succeeded. Their belief in him was a catalyst for his own self-belief, igniting a fire within him that propelled him towards greatness. And Zlatan did achieve greatness against all odds. He rose through the ranks from local clubs to national teams, from struggling academies to renowned stadiums. His journey wasn't smooth. He faced injuries, rejection, and moments of self-doubt. But each time, he found solace in the unwavering support of those who saw his potential long before he blew. Today, Zlatan not just stands as a symbol of sporting focus, but as a testament to the power of resilience and belief. His story reminds us that no dream is too big, no challenge is too daunting, as long as we have the courage to pursue it and the support of those who champion our cause. So, as we reflect on Zlatan's journey, let us also reflect on our lives. Who are the protagonists in our stories? The ones who have believed in us when we have struggled to believe in ourselves. And how can we, in turn, be protagonists for others, lending our support and encouragement to help them realize their dreams? In conclusion, let us remember Zlatan's struggle and triumph is not just a tale of one's individual success, but as a reminder of the power of perseverance and the transformative impact of unwavering support. Together, let's continue to be protagonists in each other's stories, inspiring greatness and fostering dreams that defy all odds. I hope you all enjoyed the story. Thank you.
Our third speaker is Manama Ismail. To evaluate this speaker, we have Abdullah Yaqub.
Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Thank you, Master of Service. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah Yaqub, evaluator. Please put your hands together for Gavalier Anam Ismail with the speech titled Respect All.
Dear Cavaliers, Assalamu alaikum. Dear audience, in this world, us human beings, we are the most creative and powerful creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should respect each other because we all have different qualities. But there are some people, those don't respect and don't have any kind of respect for anyone. Someone like Kattu. Now you must be thinking, who is this Kattu? Kattu is a hen. In the one day, in a sunny farm, lived a hen named Kattu, and a horse named Sam, and a duck named Lizzie, and a little dog named Max. Kattu hated all of the animals. She was very jealous. She was very greedy. She would always say, "Oh, those useless animals. They do nothing. I'm the only one who gives eggs. They just annoy my head." And Kattu would always try to sabotage them. And Kattu would say, "Oh, that weird horse. He eats food, he wastes money, and does nothing all day." And she said, "That lazy duck, she does nothing than quack quack, and she makes herself look pretty. And that lazy dog, he makes messes, and he's the worst of all. He doesn't let me sleep." Kattu was very jealous of all of them. One day, all the animals became sick, other than Kattu. Now, all the animals, while they were sick, everyone was worried about them, right? So, Kattu was the only animal who was so happy. She said, "Oh yes, finally those animals get what they deserve. I'm the one who gives eggs and feeds the owner. They do nothing." Then, in the middle of the night, when the owner came back and looked at the animals, he was very worried. Kattu hated this, that he was worried for them. Then, after a while, in the middle of the night, she didn't get food, so she was hungry, and her chicks were also hungry. She said, "Why did the owner not feed me today?" Then she thought that he didn't feed her because he would go on the horse that once she called useless to get all the groceries. She was a bit disappointed. Then she wanted to go somewhere, so she told the duck, "Oh duck, take care of my chicks while I go," in a very rude way. The duck said, "No, no, no, I cannot today. I'm very sorry. I'm very sick." She was again disappointed because she couldn't leave her chicks alone. The cat could come and eat them. After a while, she thought, "Oh, let me go and get something." She was gonna move, then she was sad again because the duck wouldn't protect her chicks. After a while, a wild dog started coming closer to her and barking to her and her chicks, and she was scared. Then she remembered at the last moment that the dog was the one who she once called useless, was the one who protected all the animals from wild animals. Then the dog, while being sick, came over and protected her. Then she realized the big lesson that we should all learn too. That we shouldn't judge anyone before we know what they do for us. And we should respect them because the horse was the one who walked in the heat or in the cool for hours and days to get food for her. And the duck was the one who protected her chicks from the cat that she called them useless. And the dog was the one who protected her even while being sick. She realized her big mistake. Now, let me tell you the lesson we learned from this. We learned to respect all. We learned to not judge on them before we know what they offer us every day without knowing. And we should respect all little creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because they're all very powerful. Like a little mouse, he is also very powerful. Have you heard the lion and the mouse story? Let me tell you. One sunny day, there was a mouse named Squeaky. He loved making fun on everyone and loved being a funny joker. So one day, for fun, he climbed on top of the lion's tail and started dancing. The lion woke up and roared and said, "Who is this disturbing my sleep?" He saw every animal run away, so he thought, "Who is this on my head?" He picked up the Squeaky mouse, and the mouse said, "Oh, my little lion, please forgive me. I'll be very helpful next time. Please let me go." And the king said, "No, no, you're the reason you disturbed my sleep. Now I'll make fun of you by eating you." And the mouse said, "No, please, let me go, I'll be very helpful." He said, "Huh, you will be helpful to me? I'm the Lion King. What will you do for me?" Then he let the mouse go. Afterwards, when the lion was going to get food, he saw a big chunk of meat. So he went closer and he got stuck in a trap. When he got stuck in the trap, then he was angry and roared, but all the animals ran away because the hunters were coming. So that little mouse that he once called that he couldn't help him came and started biting off the rope. He asked his little friends, but none of them said yes. Then after he stopped, the lesson we learned from this story that when the lion raised his voice, he won. But even the littlest creations won. So please respect all. Thank you for your time and Allah Hafiz.
Time for the fourth speaker. It is Ayan Khurram. Cavalier Ayan Khurram. To evaluate this speaker, we have Alishba Nayab. I will request the individual evaluator to please read out the objectives of the speech.
Speech objectives for today are: select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Back to you.
Hands together for Cavalier Ayan Khurram with the speech titled Adventure.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and a very good afternoon to one and all. My name is Ayan Khurram, and today I want to talk to you about something really exciting: adventure. Adventure is all about trying new things and exploring the world all around us. It can be as simple as trying a new game, going on a hike, or reading a book about faraway places. Adventures can be as simple as walking, going on a hike, or trying a new sport. Think about the last time you tried something new. Maybe it was riding a bike, or trying a new sport. It must have felt a little bit scary at first, but once you did it, you felt happy and proud, right? That's the magic of adventure.
Not the least, our fifth speaker is Cavalier Muhammad Omar. To evaluate this speaker, we have Muhammad Khadi. I would request the individual evaluator to please read out the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. Speech objectives. Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Back to you, Master.
Thank you, Muhammad Khadi. Please put your hands together for Cavalier Muhammad Omar with a speech titled Perspective of Life.
Assalamu alaikum, dear Cavaliers. As you know, everyone has different perspectives of life. For a healthy person, life is a charm. For a wealthy person, life is happiness. For a poor person, life is food. For a child, life is a game. Today, I'm going to be sharing a story of a person who gave his life the meaning of its own choice. It was a very sunny day. There was no wind. And the children in the school were unaware of the harshness of the weather outside. Among these children, there was a boy named Hamad. Hamad was born a rich child. He was very spoiled, and he was telling his friends about his trip to Paris from last week. He said, "Did you guys know? Last week I went on a trip to Paris with my family. We bought so many things, but I guess you guys can't even dream of these kind of things," said Hamad in a teasing tone. And one of his friends replied, "Oh, Hamad, how rich you are. I wish I was like you." Suddenly, the door opened. A new person walked in. It was Anas. And the teacher said, "Oh, Anas, come introduce yourself." Anas walked in shy and said, "Hi, my name is Anas, and I'm 14 years old, and my father is a janitor." Everyone started laughing. They threw trash on the floor and said, "Oh, janitor, come clean it up." And Anas ran to his seat in embarrassment. Later that day, Hamad called his friends and was planning to embarrass Anas again in front of everyone. So they all went up to Anas and said, "Oh, do you want to come to a cafe with us later?" He refused, but they insisted, so he had to. Later that day, they went to the cafe and they said, "Oh, Anas, since you're new, why don't you treat us?" And Anas said, "Sorry, but I don't have money for that." He said in embarrassment. Everyone started laughing and made fun of him. The next day, they asked him to go to a shoe shop. Anas said yes confidently, because this time he was going to use all of his savings to buy a pair of shoes with them. And he was going to take them to a shop which he knew would have low prices. So later that day, they all went to that shop. But it was closed. Hamad knew this, and he took them there because he knew that it was closed. And he wanted to embarrass him again. So he said, "Oh, let's just go to another shoe store." And they went to, he meant an expensive shoe store. They all went there, and they all went in and bought new shoes and came out happily. Other than Anas. Anas sat in the car and they all asked him, "Why didn't you buy anything?" He said, "But I don't have enough money for it." They all laughed and mocked him again. This went on for weeks, months. In the end, they annoyed him so much. They made every second of his day at school living hell for him. That's why, in the end, Anas left the school, which he had worked so hard to join. About 15 years passed. Hamad's father had died, and he inherited his billion-dollar company. So, something happened in between. After he inherited the company, he made some really bad choices. And he invested all of his money on a bad company that was still growing, but it was pretty promising. But in the end, the company shut down and Hamad lost all of his money. So he had to live in an apartment. And while he was looking for a job somewhere else, he saw a big company. He walked in, and he was walking through the hall, and he tripped and fell. And suddenly, everyone started laughing. He felt a felt a hand on his shoulder. He got up and turned around slowly. It was Anas, and now the owner of the company. Anas said, "Oh, come, let's go to my office. We'll talk there." They went inside and they started talking. Anas said, "Why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be going to other countries and exploring and things?" Hamad said, "No, I don't have the money for that anymore. My father died, and I inherited his company and made some really bad choices." So Hamad said, I think I came to the wrong place looking for a job though, and started walking towards the door. Anas said, "No, come back, sit down. I don't judge people off of their current situation, clothes, or shoes," he said. And Anas said, if you're qualified for the job and you have what it takes, I'll give it to you. And you just have to promise me one thing, that you will never ever tease, annoy, or look down on someone. And Ahmed said, okay, the moral of the story is you should never look down on someone and treat them badly. And don't treat them off of their current situation, clothes, or shoes. Thank you.
Anya Tariq and Hamza Abdullah to come up stage and show how their cooperation with one another led to being great friends. Clap.
And all Cavaliers, you have to vote for the best. So you should have extra ears. I don't want everybody to scratch each other's ears, but please be all ears, because we want the best to win.
What's going to work is they're going to introduce each other, like Anya is going to introduce Hamza and Hamza will be introducing Anya. So whoever you think is the best speaker, you vote for that specific individual and not the team. Okay? Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anya Tariq, and today I will introduce my friend Hamza Abdullah. He is 8 years old. He is going to grade 3 in Al-Noor International School, and his favorite movie is Spider-Man No Way Home. His favorite color is blue, and he likes playing with his PS4, and he likes football, and he is very cooperative. Thank you.
And today I'm going to introduce about Anya Tariq. She loves the color green. Her favorite movie is same as my favorite movie. She loves playing cricket and loves to swim. And she is in Al-Noor International School too. And she is also in grade 4 and she is also cooperative.
Okay. Okay, dear Cavaliers, no cross talk when somebody is speaking. Right? Please, people are getting disturbed. Right? Thank you.
Okay. Lovely introductions, thank you. I would like to please have a seat. Hashim and Anamta Fatima to come on stage and introduce each other.
Come on the front of the stage.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Khawla Hashim. Today I'm going to tell you all about my friend Anamta Fatima. She is 8 years old. Her favorite hobby is drawing and painting. Fun fact about her that she sleepwalks. Her favorite movie is Frozen. Her favorite color is pink. Good morning everyone. My name is Anamta and I'm going to tell some points about my friend. Her name is Khawla Hashim. She is 9 years old. Her favorite movie is Garfield. Her favorite hobby is swimming. Thank you.
Now all the speakers, from the speakers to come on the stage.
I'd like to request all the speakers to come up on the stage, please.
All 5 speakers. Where is Maria? Yes.
Very hard to miss.
Okay. So the 5 brave speakers, right? Center. Yeah.